I spent over $30,000 to attend Tony Robbins event, and in this video, I'm gonna tell you what value I received from that, and if you watch till the end, I will explain how you can get similar benefits at no cost. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nima Attar. I have a financial organization with over 500 members, and I've mentored thousands and thousands of people on how to become more successful in their business and life. Now, before we get into the video, please hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time you have a new video so you can be the first to watch it, and hit that like button and comment so you can help us with the algorithm. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nima, you can spend $30,000 on an event. You make so much money. What about me? I'm just starting out in business. I'm not in a place financially where I can do that. That's okay. Look, when I wasn't making that much money, when I was broke, when I was starting out in business, I didn't have $30,000 to spend on a Tony Robbins event, but I still invested as much as I could into my personal development and my personal growth. And I'll tell you exactly why. Many people have no issue investing into mutual funds, stocks, real estate, crypto, because they believe that by putting their money into those assets, they're gonna get more out of it than if they just left it in their savings account. No investment, though, will give you a better rate of return than investing in yourself. The better your mindset becomes, the more efficient you become in the way you do things, the more skilled you become, the more money you can get out of the time you put into things. Not only that, but people can take your money away. They can take your crypto away. They can take your real estate away. Many things can be taken away from you. One thing they can't take away, though, is who you become. So the more you invest in yourself, the better off you'll be, even in times where the market's going crazy, where the world's going crazy, because they can never take away what you are and who you are. Here's the second reason why I made this investment. Personal development is a crucial aspect of a quality life. Think about it this way. If you buy a new device that you've never used before, a new camera, a new video game console, a new car, whatever it is, wouldn't you read the manual first to make sure you can get the most out of it? No tool is more complicated and more powerful than our mind. Yet we never learn how to make the most of our mind, how to actually use it in the way that benefits us. So most people end up being used by their mind and their thoughts rather than using it to their benefit to build the life that they want. Let me give you an example. Growing up, I had a lot of anxiety that ended up leading to depression, and I had such a hard time overcoming them. And one of the things that I did that helped me overcome it is I started reading books about human psychology. I started to learn how the mind works. I started to learn why some people have more anxiety than others. And by understanding better why my mind operated the way it did, it allowed me to make the right changes to overcome that and go to the next level of my life. So the more you get into personal development, the more you understand these concepts, the more power you have to make the changes you need to make to actually live the quality of life that you want to have, not just end up with whatever you end up with based on a programming or based on things that happened that you had no control over. And although you can learn this information from books and videos, it's nothing like when you go to an event, learning from someone like Tony Robbins, who's a pioneer in this space and who's mastered his craft of personal development, changing mindsets for 47 years. So when I went to this event, it gave me an extra oomph of not only information that I could learn from the best, but it put me in an environment that allowed me to take the information in a way that I couldn't get from just reading a book or listening to an audiobook or watching a video. Here's the third reason. The more invested you are, the more you get out of your investment. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Is this guy about to sell me on an event? Is he about to get me to spend money on something? I got nothing to sell you. But here's the truth. I've seen this from my own experience. When I spend more money to go to an event, when I travel, when I'm investing my energy, my time, I'm way more attentive in the event. I pay way more attention. And I'm way more likely to actually apply what I'm learning because in my head, I go, man, I spent so much money to be here. I spent so much time to be here. I better take some benefit from it. So it actually puts me in a situation where it forces me to get the most out of my investment. Whereas if I was just reading a book that I paid $20 for, or I was watching a YouTube video that I got for free, I might not value it as much. And if you don't value something as much, you don't actually treat it with as much priority and urgency. Here's the fourth major benefit that I got from attending this event. Tony Robbins sets up Date with Destiny in a way where it's 6 days full immersion. So essentially, you're at these events from 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m., all the way up to 1, 2, sometimes 3 a.m. And what that does is it deletes all the distractions in your life. It puts you in an environment where you're fully immersed in learning this information. And the way that he sets it up is you're constantly doing exercises, you're constantly doing analysis of yourself and applying the information as soon as you receive it, which makes it way more likely that you can actually take the benefits with you when you leave the event as well. And here's another benefit to going to an event like this, especially in person. You get to interact with the other individuals who invested a lot of money to go there. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Nima, does this mean you get to meet a lot of rich people? Yeah, of course, you're going to meet a lot of people who are wealthy and have the finances to invest in themselves like that. But I also met a lot of people who weren't making that much money, but they valued personal development and personal growth so much where they were willing to save up money to come to an event like that. And we always talk about you are who you associate with. And some people have this, dilemma where they're like, I know I'm who I associate with, but where can I go to find better associations? But when you attend events like this, you're being exposed to all these people who are like-minded, who want to grow, who want to invest in themselves, and who want to better themselves in the future. So you make lifelong friends that you can take with you for the rest of your life. And when you're at the event, Tony constantly gets you to interact with the individuals around you so you can share what you're learning with them and they can share what they're learning with you. And you pick up some blind spots that you missed when he was talking from the audience that is around you and with you. And you can learn more about how they take this information so you can take it in the same way if it benefits you. Now, as I promised in the intro, I'm going to tell you how you can get similar benefits at no cost. Look, when I was first starting out in business and entrepreneurship, I really had no money to invest into big events like this. So I started with things that I'm going to mention to you, and it helped me build my mindset and skill set so that I could eventually earn enough money where I can invest into more events. And now I can invest into events like this that I pay $30,000 plus to go to. So let's start it off. Here's the first thing you can do to be able to get these benefits at no cost. Get in a habit of studying the most crucial aspects of personal development and personal growth. Here are the 4 areas you really need to get into: success principles, communication skills, how to build better relationships, and human psychology. We all know that in order to be a doctor, you have to study medicine. In order to become a lawyer, you have to study law. Well, in order to become successful, you have to study success. That's why success principles are so important for you to get into and dive into and learn more about. But here's the truth. Success isn't just about how much money you make. It's also about having quality relationships around you. And in order to have quality relationships, you need to learn how to communicate better. And more importantly, how to develop those relationships by understanding human psychology at a level where you can interact with people in a way that makes them want to be around you and want to be attracted to you, not in a way that maybe turns them off or makes them want to push you away. And you can get information like this through books. I just made a video about the 3 books that made me millions, so go watch that if you haven't seen it already. You can get it through YouTube videos like this, through podcasts. Here's the key though. Once you get the information, make sure you apply it, because knowledge without application is nothing. But applied knowledge is where all your power and all your success will come from. Here's the next thing you can do that costs you no money. Create masterminds. Look, when I was getting into the entrepreneurship and personal development space at such a young age, I couldn't really see that many people who were doing the same thing. I felt like I was a weirdo. I felt like I was the only one that knew this stuff. But as I start to read the books, as I start to watch the videos, I start to actually come across other young people who are looking to develop themselves, who are looking to grow. And I would create masterminds of 3 people, 5 people, where we would have accountability with each other and we would motivate each other not to only get the information, but also apply the information. And I suggest you do the exact same thing, because by having that peer group, you're gonna feel less isolated and you're gonna feel way more motivated, because we're all competitive and you can compete with each other in a friendly way and push each other to your next limits. Here's the last thing you should do. Get involved in opportunities that offer mentorship. Look for careers or jobs that offer mentorship. Look for businesses that have mentorship alongside them. Look, in my business, which is in the financial industry, we offer so much mentorship at no cost. Every week, I have about 3 sessions with 300, 400, 500 individuals from my organization that attend, where I'm teaching them communication skills, relationship skills, mindsets on how to become more successful. And many of these individuals become highly successful in our industry. Some of them end up taking what they're learning from me and they go apply it into their job and get promotions faster. They apply it into their relationships and have more loving relationships around them. And some of them just apply it into their day-to-day life and become more positive people that have more happiness and fulfillment. Now, if you're someone who wants to know how you can get into these classes of mine at no cost, how you can get more mentorship from me, more in depth, much longer sessions rather than these 10, 12-minute videos, but hour-long sessions, email us in the email that I'm going to put in the description. And I can even maybe put it here for you guys to look at. And you can reach out to us and ask us how you can be involved in these classes and benefit for yourself. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time you have a new video. Hit the like button and comment below if you've gone to events of Tony Robbins or other individuals and how it impacted you and helped you go to the next level. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to know what are my top 3 books that made me millions, click the video right here so you can get just as much value as you did in this one. Thank you.